What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Mask Man. On YouTube is the Mask Man here today. And I want to talk about season 2 of Black Jesus. Black Jesus is a show that I really like. And even though it's a show that it's clear that it has limitations based on its budget, um, based on how much airtime that they get. It's a show that I still enjoy. And season 2 just wrapped. They had their 11th episode. They had their Christmas special, and I wanted to do a little quick review. Um, Season 2 was better than season 1 of Black Jesus. Um, Now, for whatever reason, in season 1, they clearly established to the audience that Black Jesus was the actual Jesus. He would turn water into Hennessy. He would perform miracles. But now in season 2, Jesus did not perform any miracles in the show. He didn't have the power to change anything or grant any miracles. So he was really human, but he didn't the show didn't make a big deal out of the fact that Jesus didn't have access to miracles. Um in this season, they really got down and dirty into the hypocrisy of the black church. What the black church should actually be teaching versus what a lot of black churches preach. And I think that this season of Black Jesus couldn't have come at a better time, because just recently there was a group of black preachers that met with Donald Trump. And I think that preachers being all about money and all about what they want to do, that sentiment, is just being shown, or black preachers and maybe all preachers, but just that sentiment being expressed is really being shown for the whole world. With black preachers, just being down with Trump or giving Trump their seal of approval. And I think you're seeing the evidence of that in real life. Um, One thing I was a little disappointed by is I saw an episode of Snoop Dogg's show GGN, and they had Slink Johnson, who plays Black Jesus, and Valencia Algarez, the girl who plays the female cop. Um, and they said that she would go through some kind of massive change in the series, that her character would really, be different. That's what they said in the little interview that they had. Well, after watching the whole season, she didn't appear much in the entire season. I think maybe altogether she was in the whole show for she was in the entire second season for maybe 10 minutes, out of 11 episodes that are 18 minutes long. So out of 11 episodes, she was in maybe 10 minutes of it. And there wasn't any kind of change in her character. She pretty much did what she always did. She's just a woman with a job who's in love with a bum. And she just got back with the bum. She didn't start again in the second season. They didn't explore her atheism. They didn't dig into that. They didn't, explore why she's an atheist, why she doesn't believe in God. They still didn't touch that. She didn't start believing that Black Jesus was Jesus. She didn't accept her boyfriend's friends. She just made out with him in the final episode, she didn't have any character arc. I don't know what the hell she was talking about. I don't know if the actress who plays that female detective believed that there was extra shows that we didn't get to see, or that she was gonna have more screen time, or if she was just bullshitting. But she wouldn't. There was no change in her character. She was barely in the whole season. I liked Miss Tootie a little bit more in the second season. I thought she was cool. She kind of got off of Booney's ass. She stopped, just giving him these um vicious insults back to back. They kind of eased back on that and just had her being a woman who was about her money, about hustling, which was cool. They actually worked in Bernadette Stans, Thelma from Good Times, because she was originally supposed to be Miss Tootie or Booney's mother, or at least she was up for the role. And I thought it would have been great if she would have been in the show in some capacity. So I'm glad they worked her in. They worked her in as John Witherspoon's wife. They worked her in as his wife or his ex-wife, and she was really good in that role as a shiftless, cheating woman who can never be honest, who can never be upfront about what she wanted. I think she was great in that. Other than that, there really isn't much to say. The show, it didn't. They had a mission the first season, and at the end of the first season, it got derailed, and Jesus went to jail and in disgrace, and he was just starting to pick himself back up in at the end of the first and the beginning of the second. And supposedly he was supposed to get this mission, from God, to get this food truck, and he's supposed to spread the word. And you never really got a resolution to that. It didn't really go anywhere. It took him a minute to find the purpose. Then he got a food truck. He did a couple of things with the food truck. And then in the end, he didn't lose the food truck. He didn't figure out what he was supposed to do with the food truck. It just didn't go anywhere. It was like a bunch of episodes that just weren't connected to a story. And I don't like it when shows do that. I like it when fictional shows, when they have a story that is evolving, when they kind of know where they're going and they're just working out how to get there. Now, I think you can make an exception for a comedy show. I think I've said that in the past, and I'll say it again. There are exceptions for comedy shows, but I don't think this show fits that exception, because this show is satire. This show is very strongly satirical, and there's a mission to this. So this is a comedy show that kind of has to have a point, and it kind of has to go in a direction. This is a show that has something to say. But I feel like this entire season of Black Jesus, it said a lot, but it didn't have a unified theme. It said a lot about infidelity and people not being true to their marriage. It said something about shiesty black preachers trying to hustle the gospel to get every dime they can get. It said, that's basically it. That's basically all I can remember that it said. It said a little bit about, how, people who follow a particular religion, how they can really be committed and not getting much out of it, like Trayvon, not getting much appreciation. He died, for Jesus doing some janky shit that he had no business doing. He got broke. Okay, there was a miracle. I forgot about that. He did bring two people back to life. There wasn't a lot of miracles though. But anyway, I thought it was better than season one, but season one had a unified goal and mission, and season two didn't. It didn't have a resolution. They didn't pay off any characters. There wasn't a lot of character development. There wasn't a lot of character change. The episodes are still short, though they did have about four or five episodes that went 20 minutes. Altogether, I'd say it was a cool second season. It was decent, but I would like to see them get longer episodes for season three. I would like to see them devote more time to that female detective and why she is the way that she is, what makes her like men who ain't going nowhere with their lives, why is she an atheist. I would like to see them do more with Trayvon's character. I would like them to do more with Maggie's character. She gets very little time in the show. Booney's good. Booney delivers. Corey Holcomb, he always delivers. And that's pretty much it. I would like Jesus to have more interaction with God. Maybe have a vision. Maybe show God in the third. Maybe not the third, but the third or fourth season. I think Snoop Dogg would make an excellent God. That Snoop Dogg could play God. But that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like season 2 of Black Jesus? Did you think it was better than season 1? What do you think the messages that they were portraying in Black Jesus, that were they valid or not? Rate the video, like it, dislike it. Subscribe to my channel. Send me an email. Let me know if there's anything you want me to discuss. You can send me an email at mrmaskmansbusiness@gmail.com. That's Maskmans with an S. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mr. Maskman. You can find me on Facebook as the Maskman. That is all I have to say about this subject, and I will see you in the next video.